Hi, we're going to start with a 4 by 5 1/4 panel, and we're going to cut out the large circle from the sliding star framelits in the middle of that panel with the magnetic platform. We want to save all the pieces that come out of this panel, even though we're not going to end up using them all, but we need them for the beginning, so save everything. We're then going to start to stamp the seaweed in crumb cake repeatedly along the bottom of this panel. Kind of give it a little look of the bottom of the ocean. Make sure you have some scrap paper underneath. Now we want to take the center part and we're going to stamp the bubbles in Pool Party. And here you just want to stamp it repeatedly over and over in different locations to fill up the entire circle. Now take the anchor and we're going to stamp it in Island Indigo right in the middle. So you want to take a scrap piece of paper and we're going to stamp the fish in Island Indigo, and we're going to stamp the large seashell multiple times in crumb cake. Don't worry about how these come out, as we're just going to fussy cut them in a minute. Now I forgot, I want to go back and I'm going to put some starfish in cherry cobbler off on the right hand side. So now take your paper snips and we're going to fussy cut out the fish and the seashells. Don't worry about leaving a little white border. We really want this kind of as small as possible. So now we're going to take some crumb cake, and you only really need the top of the trees, but you really need to have your precision plate to get really good images from the tree top branches. So use your die brush and get all the little pieces out of both of your branches. This really is a huge help, this brush. So now I want to attach the two branches together and kind of twist them both a little bit so they're a little different, and attach them with your fine tip glue. We don't need this tree trunk either. So we're going to use the foam strips, and you want to put those along the edge, and you need to make sure that the penny's going to have enough room to move. So make sure where you're near the circle, you're as close to the edge as possible, even leaving the part closest to the edge empty. Do the same in the center circle, but make sure you do have a good base underneath the circle, so not just the middle, a little on both sides. So now we're going to attach our panels to the card base. Here we're using that piece that came out from the die, and we're using it to help line up the circle in the exact center. You can dispose of it now. We're going to take 2 pennies, we're going to take one of our dimensionals, and we're going to trim off just the corners from each corner. And attach your 2 pennies together, slide them in, and everything should spin perfectly. Add your fishy to the penny with a little bit of snail. Put the fish over in the far corner so you can see. You need to make sure these dimensionals are not going to touch the fish for him to spin. So you want to put a double layer of dimensional. So put down a dimensional, rip the tape off, and put a second dimensional. Then apply your coral, and when you have it all good, trim the edge with your paper snips. Just hide the dimensionals with the shells, and you're done.